Welcome back to our channel where history comes alive. Today, we're diving into the tumultuous history of the family, spiced up with the quirky perspectives of influential authors and thinkers. Get ready to hop aboard our time-traveling vessel as we embark on this wacky journey together. The family, that cornerstone of society, has seen more makeovers than a Hollywood starlet. Scholars and writers have dissected its evolution, offering insights that are as mind-boggling as they are enlightening. The concept of family is as ancient as the hills, but what constitutes a family has flip-flopped more times than a politician during election season. From caveman clans to suburban sitcoms, the family dynamic has been a roller coaster ride through the ages. In the early days of human civilization, family wasn't just about blood relations, it was about survival. Picture this: nomadic tribes roaming the land, relying on each other for protection, food, and companionship. These early families were more like tight-knit communities, with everyone pitching in to ensure the group's survival. So at that time, extended kinship networks were banding together to fend off saber-toothed tigers and swap cave stories by the fire. Fast forward to ancient Greece and Rome, where family was all about lineage and legacy. In these patriarchal societies, the family unit was sacrosanct, with strict rules governing marriage, inheritance, and social status. But even in these rigidly structured societies, there were hints of rebellion. Think Cleopatra and her scandalous affairs with Roman generals. Then came the Middle Ages, where family life was a mix of duty, tradition, and superstition. Feudalism ruled the land, with lords and ladies presiding over vast estates and peasants toiling in the fields. But amidst the serfdom and plague, there were moments of joy and camaraderie, feasts, festivals, and the occasional jousting tournament. But it wasn't all knights in shining armor and damsels in distress. The Renaissance brought with it a newfound appreciation for individualism and self-expression. Suddenly, families were commissioning portraits, hosting lavish parties, and engaging in intellectual debates about art, science, and philosophy. It was a golden age of creativity and innovation where the boundaries of family were pushed to their limits. Then came the agricultural revolution, and suddenly, families were like tiny fiefdoms with their own little kingdoms. It was all about bloodlines, inheritance, and who got to sit at the head of the dinner table. Accordingly, the societies became more complex. With the rise of agriculture came the dawn of the patriarchal society, where men ruled the roost and women stayed home to tend to the hearth and children. This shift in power dynamics laid the groundwork for the traditional nuclear family we're familiar with today. And then came the Industrial Revolution, where families traded in their rural idols for the hustle and bustle of the city. With factories springing up like mushrooms and wages stagnant as pond water, families were forced to adapt to a new way of life. The nuclear family became the norm, with men working long hours in the factories while women stayed home to tend to the children and household chores. The nuclear family became the poster child for the American dream, complete with a white picket fence and 2.5 kids. But hold on to your powdered wigs, folks, because here comes Friedrich Engels, crashing the party with his groundbreaking theories in The Origin of the Family, Private Property, and the State. According to Engels, the modern nuclear family emerged alongside private property and class society, turning family dynamics into a game of Monopoly where everyone's fighting for Park Place. But wait, there's more! The 20th century threw us a curveball with skyrocketing divorce rates, blended families, and single-parent households. Suddenly, the family tree looked more like a tangled mess of spaghetti than a neat little diagram. And just when you thought things couldn't get any weirder, along comes the digital age, where families gather around screens instead of dinner tables. Virtual hugs, anyone? As we peer into the crystal ball of the future, one thing's for certain: the concept of family will continue to morph and mutate like a science experiment gone awry. With robots as babysitters and holographic family reunions, who knows what the future holds? So here's to the ever-evolving concept of family, where the only constant is change. Whether you're swiping right or swiping left, remember, family is where the heart is. And the Wi-Fi password. But as the saying goes, the only constant is change. And change came with its wars, revolutions, and social upheavals. Suddenly, the traditional family model was upended, replaced by a dizzying array of alternative lifestyles. Single parents, same-sex couples, blended families, you name it. It was a brave new world of family dynamics where the only rule was that there were no rules. And so here we are in the 21st century, where the concept of family is more fluid than ever before. With technology connecting us in ways our ancestors could only dream of, the possibilities for family are endless. Virtual gatherings, social media, and digital communication have transformed the way we interact with our loved ones, blurring the lines between the physical and the digital. But amidst all the chaos and confusion, one thing remains constant: the enduring human need for connection and belonging. Whether you're gathered around the dinner table or chatting on Zoom, family is where the heart is. And as we look to the future, one thing's for certain: the concept of family will continue to evolve, reflecting the ever-changing tapestry of human experience. So here's to the family in all its weird and wonderful forms. Whether you're swinging from trees or swiping right, remember, family is what you make of it. So embrace the chaos, cherish the moments, and never forget that the greatest adventure of all is the journey of family. Thanks for joining us on this whirlwind tour of family history. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-bending content. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.